Hello and welcome to Fiona's Creative Canvas. Today we are diving deep into texture and I have out here some air dry clay. So I've got a canvas board which I've taped the edges because I wanted to keep them a timber look. I want to create some flowers and you can see I have actually used a bit of this before. I tried to make a little bit of coral. That was my first little piece that I made. I've also got out this modelling paste that's mixed with some joint compound. I can use that to like smooth bits, I think. And I've got out some tools, which is just a basic modelling kit that I got online. And I was thinking I would do a hibiscus. So I'm going to just do out a rough plan first. And I actually don't mind if the petals come over the edge. I think that would just make it look even more 3D. Even with the leaves. So that's what the drawing part is about. It's just working out where my general shapes are going. We just need the general idea. Now I need to get my hands wet. And I think we're going to start with the stuff at the back. So we're probably going to start with the leaves. These two are right at the back. So let's start with those. And I've got out a PVC pipe that I'm going to use to roll because I don't have a roller for this. Alright, so what I might do is like make a mini shape. Got to be careful not to go too thin, I think, with this. See, that's not big enough at all, but try and blend this together, maybe, and then shape it. I can use my fingers. Just get it to a point. So I might have to speed this up because I think this is going to take a little bit of time to get my shape. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but it's the way I'm doing it. Alright, so let's let that dry and do the next one. Instead of rolling it this time, I'm just kind of working it with my fingers, trying to get more of a leafy shape. So I've left that to stick out a little bit. So I think I'm just going to start with all my leaves and then we'll get to the petals. I just hope I have enough. I'm slowly getting the hang of this, I think. Might need to get a bit more deeper with my lines so you can really see them. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with where this is at. I think I'm going to let the leaves dry because I want to see if I get cracks and things like that, which I can repair, but yeah, I just want to see how this reacts before I go on to the petals. Okay, so this isn't dry, but I can see a few cracks forming, but I feel like I want to soldier on. I have a concern that I don't have enough left, so what I'm going to do is try and do the outside of the petals or any bits that are lifted up and sort of create a bit of a dam, I guess, and then I'll go over with the modelling paste and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely a 3D effect so far. What I might do is try and divide this so that I know I don't use too much. I want the smaller half for there. What I think I'll do is make like a snake, roll it out and then wrap it around, maybe. Don't know how well this is going to work. Let's try it this way. I do like this idea. Just going to roll that out a bit more. Let's try that. Now we'll just like thin it out a little bit, give it some shape. I think this is working reasonably well. Okay, I don't know if these are wobbly enough. Okay, just got to make them a bit more wobbly. And this is why we do the drawing first. See, I can see cracks. We are hopefully going to fix those. See the cracks forming? So we'll see if we can fix that with this. Oh, my hands have gotten so slippery. Right, that's it for that. So what I might do is let this dry completely and then come over, patch up the cracks, smooth out stuff. That looks pretty good from above. But I think that worked well because I didn't have much left. And can create a bit of texture with this, I think. Okay. I'm just going to do a bit of a touch up tonight, as we do have a lot of cracks and lots of separation. Yeah, some of these bits, like this, is completely detached. So let's try and glue that down with some texture paste. And yeah, I mean, look at these cracks here. They are quite big. But I'm going to use this up. And then I'm probably going to use, because there's not a lot of this left, I might use the Liquitex modelling paste tomorrow. I just want to get rid of the big cracks. Oh no! See, that hasn't stuck. That's interesting. That is not what I expected. So that could be a problem everywhere. Yeah, look at that. So I gessoed this and it hasn't seemed to have helped it stick. Wow. Well, this is a disaster, isn't it? Can I recover this? Now, where's my jigsaw? That's a problem. Where does it go? Yep, like that. There we go. I think let's just get it on the finger. Glue it all down. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this cleanup. Leave it to dry overnight. And we'll have a look at it tomorrow. Okay, this is nice and dry. I still do have a few cracks, but I can go over them again. I just wanted to check whether this is going to sand, because I'm using modelling paste as well in that. I think it will sand a little bit. But before I do that, I think I will add, instead of modelling paste, I might try the polyfiller. Make up a little bit of that and add a bit more to it, and then we'll come back and do the sanding. So I've made up a small amount. I don't know whether I should make it thinner. Let's just try it. Now I've got this tool out. I thought I might try. So basically I'm going to be just doing this again all over, fixing up a few cracks as well along the way. Eventually I'll get to sculpting and sanding. So it looks really rough at the moment, but I thought I might use this tool, or this one, and do a general cleanup before I come in with the sandpaper. Probably still needs to dry a little bit more, and there may still be a little bit of touch-ups. I'm not sure. If anybody else has had a go at this kind of thing, please let me know in the comments below what your suggestions are. I have seen people use piping bags to pipe on a texture. Maybe that could be better. But yeah, I'm just gonna do some shaping, make sure I'm happy with the way I've got it. Maybe make some of these a little more defined, get the shapes of the leaves. That's going to take some time to do, so I'm not going to bore you with it. I think I'll show you little bits here and there. Alright, I nearly gave up on this one. It's a bit too rough, and I've tried sculpting. Some of it sculpts, but there's other parts that I put in there that are less forgiving. So I went to the hardware store and I found some plaster of Paris, and it says ideal for casting, moulding, modelling, sculpting and carving. So I thought I might put a bit of a layer across the top here, and let's see if we can bring this back. Let's make a little pool in the bottom. Actually a lot runnier than I wanted. I think, got a feeling it's probably not the product I was thinking of, because I think you pour this into moulds, but I think we're going to try it anyway. Alright, I think that's more of a workable consistency for me. So unfortunately I can't tell you the exact mix. But let's just put a bit down here. You know what? Probably don't even need to add that back on. Just adding a bit of extra layers to the leaves. I think smoothing this off now will help. That's my theory anyway. Obviously I haven't worked with it before, and I added a lot more dry stuff than I'd expected I was going to. So I feel like I can add a bit of water. This is dried in areas. I wanted to see if I could start sort of carving out a few bits before it dries too much. So like around the leaves in particular. That carved actually quite nicely, that bit. Alright, you can see what I'm trying to do. I need to get some of these lines in my leaves. make sure that these two stand out over the top. But you can see it's starting to get some shape. Okay, so I've sanded it down a bit. Oh, this is quite thick. This is my gesso. I'm going to cover the whole thing in gesso. I thought I'd use a small brush so I can get in all the nooks and crannies. So I've just wet my brush a little bit. Let's see what it looks like after I've done this. I am thinking about painting this in colour, but I do want to see what it looks like all in white. I mean, it is all in white anyway, but a uniform colour. Okay, I'm going to start painting the background. The background will include the leaves, and then we'll bring the leaves brighter and brighter, I think. I'm going to use a small brush. Got some sap green and some olive green deep here. I think we're just going to start with that. I don't mind if I get a little bit on the petal because I can paint over it. I think that's really going to make the flowers pop. Okay, let's get the next layer on. So the next thing here is to get a little bit of mixing. This is going to happen over layers. That is only a fraction lighter, but we're going to keep building it up. Maybe add a little bit of white. We're just kind of dry brushing. I've got a fair amount of paint on here at the moment, so I do want to be able to come over again with another lighter colour and really get these to pop. It looks really grungy because of the texture on the leaves. More yellow, more white. I think we need more colour. Liking it. I think I just need a little bit more yellow in there. Well, that's kind of interesting. Cool. Now we need to move on to the flowers. I wonder if I should try this brush. It's a bit softer. Can't hurt. To make up a bit of a colour. So we've got permanent red violet and azo orange. And I'm going to start with the dark colour and then work our way light again. It's a nice colour. It's kind of a red with the amount of orange that I've added. This looks like a red hibiscus, but we're actually going for pink. I like the colour. Be interested to see how it goes. I'm going to bring a bit of this colour in again. And I think I'm going to add some white because I don't want it quite so see-through. That's an interesting colour. Maybe that will work. So this is my base colour, but I actually really want to use quite a bit of pink and some white. Yeah, and let's really lighten this up. I might actually do the middle bit first because I need this a bit darker. You can see here it's dried and it goes quite dark, so I'm hoping that is what's going to happen. But it does have transparency, so let's start working this one out. I like that colour better, actually. A little bit more orange in it, a little bit more peachy. I think I might have to work on one flower at a time. A little bit more white. Try and bring out the petal edges a bit more. Okay, I like that. And a bit more white. Alright, now I'm going to use this one, draw on the stamen. And then I've got this bowl tool which I'm going to make up. There's a few different colours involved in this. So a couple of bits kind of this colour, and then there's some yellow which I'm going to blend in some gold with. Let's see how this works. I'll let that dry. Then I've got this gold dimension paint, so I'm hoping it will stand out a bit more on the yellow parts. Let's try a little bit of this gold. It's making little points which I don't really like. I might go back over that with yellow. I think that was a bit brighter, the yellow, but I'll have to wait for that to dry. I'm quite concerned about this tape because it's been on there for so long. But we're going to try peeling it off and hope that it's a beautiful finish. That looks good. Nice. Voila! And here is the final result. I'm going to show you the 3D effect. So we've got this leaf that's hanging off the edge, and some of the petals as well. Around the side. Yeah. So when I painted it red, I actually thought that colour really stood out. It was quite beautiful, which makes sense because Red is green's complementary colour. But I was going for the pink hibiscus. I'm glad I didn't give up on it. Took a 3-month break, but I made it probably a lot more complicated than it needed to be. I did really like the effect that I had with just the clay, but it didn't stick. So I don't know how I would approach that if I was to do it again that way. But yeah, I thought it really had good dimension just using the clay. Anyway, big shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and everybody who likes, subscribes and comments below. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye.